Pisces, welcome to May 2014. Now in May, you are two fish swimming in two different directions. Part of you wants to get to work and be creative. The other part of you wants to escape from everyone. Honor both sides of you. This will support your balance. Do what is right for you. Set boundaries with those who are not honoring your needs. You are not here to serve those who will not serve themselves. You are a master creator. Find your strength in self-love, self-respect, and self-appreciation. Don't tolerate those who do not honor and appreciate you. They are distracting you from your path. Use your gifts to create the life you truly desire. You are amazingly gifted. Use those gifts. Now, April was crazy. April was so intense, and that's behind you now. May forward, the astrology will continue to improve, and the intensity will lessen. Venus is now taking her turn with the grand square in May. Venus is in Aries on May 2nd, and she's going to oppose Mars, and then she's going to square Pluto, and then she's going to finish by conjuncting Uranus. And what Venus is doing, Venus is in Aries, and Aries rules the area of your life that has to do with your talents, your gifts, and your abilities, your earning ability, your resources, your inner resources and your outer resources. Venus is going through and she's doing a checklist. She wants to know if you have really learned your lessons in April with the Pluto-Uranus grand square. So she's doing a checklist with you. She wants you to live from your authentic power. She wants you to do what's right for you. You are not here to carry people on your back. You're not here to fix, save, and rescue other people. That's their responsibility. You are to fix you. You are to save you. You are to heal you. You are to empower you. That's your responsibility. And Venus wants to make sure you're doing that. So her first stop is with Mars. Now Mars is in Libra, which is 8 signs from you. So there is this battle going on between what you love and value, what other people love and value. What you love and value, what your husband or your wife wants from you and loves and values. Oppositions are awarenesses that come to us through our partners, through other people, through external experiences. So this is your opportunity to get the feedback, but again, the message is for you to be true to yourself. Venus is in Aries. That's about you, the individual. And you are to honor what you want and need and speak your truth. Ask for what you need from others. Don't just show up and be there for them and hope they figure out that you need something from them. Tell us what you need from us. Speak it. Articulate it. It's the only way we can deliver it to you. You have to tell us what you need, what you want, what your goals are, what your desires are. That's going to be brought to your attention, especially around the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th. It will be brought to your attention. Hey, you know, is because Mars in that area, your partner sure has no problem telling you what she needs or he needs, or your boss or other people. And so we want to know what you need, what you want, what you love and desire, what's important to you. Then we have the Scorpio full moon. Now, Scorpio is a sister sign to you. So this is pouring positive energy into you. Saturn is there. Saturn is strengthening the Pisces. Saturn is working for you all of 2014. Saturn's been working for you all of 2013. You really want to get ahead with Saturn and Scorpio, because when Saturn gets to Sagittarius, Saturn's going to challenge all the Pisces and the Virgos. And so you want to be using this time with Saturn and Scorpio to strengthen your foundation, to strengthen your beliefs, to strengthen your life, because it's much easier with Saturn trining than when Saturn's squaring. Saturn's squaring all my Leo right now. So I can tell you from experience that it's a lot easier to work with Saturn when it's trining than when it's squaring or opposing. It's just, you can work with it, of course you can, and you can be successful with it, but it's harder. You have more on your plate. You have more responsibility. It's harder. So do it now. Take charge of your life. That's what Venus is asking of you. And the Scorpio full moon is empowering you to do that, because Taurus is 3 signs from you. The sun is in Taurus, the moon is in Scorpio. Taurus sextiles Pisces. That's harmony. That's opportunity. Scorpio trines Pisces. That's harmony. That's opportunity. Saturn is there, and Saturn is saying, own the shadow. Own the shadow side. And we all have a shadow side. For Pisces, it is letting people run over your boundaries, not speaking the truth, just saying what you think people want to hear, trying to keep the peace that way to avoid conflict, but then people just take advantage. So you're not here to be taken advantage of by others. So that's the ego tricking you that it's a good strategy to just tell people what they want to hear, or just do for others and not receive back. Okay? That's the ego, the negative ego, the shadow, tricking you into thinking, doing it that way, rather than speaking your truth and setting boundaries with those that are not honoring you. However, in the long run, it doesn't work. And I would say, if you are setting boundaries with others, so if you're doing what's right for you, then you're using the shadow in a very productive way. And it doesn't work in the long run anyway, because then you feel taken advantage of. And you feel like people are taking advantage of you. It's like, we have to teach people how to treat us. And if they think they can walk right over our boundaries, they're going to do it. So you want to be empowering yourself and not allowing the negative ego to trick you into thinking it's a good strategy, because it's not. It really is an avoidance technique to avoid conflict. Conflict is part of life. And there are times where we just have to set boundaries with people, right? This is why we have voicemail. This is why we have email. You don't have to engage with anyone unless you want to. And it's not your job to make everyone happy. It's not your job to be available to everybody. It's not your job to walk away from yourself in order to please others. It's not healthy for you. And Venus is showing you this. And the Scorpio full moon is going to show you this as well. Especially any false belief you have around, oh, I have to be available to everyone. I have to serve everyone. I have to do, no, you don't. How are they going to get the lesson if you're always there saving them? How are they going to rise up and become self-masters if you're saving people? They don't. And you're exhausted because you're taking on other people's karma that's not yours. You're not here to take on other people's karma. We all have enough of our own. So the Scorpio full moon and the Venus moving through the Grand Cardinal Square in May is going to bring this to your attention, especially, I would say, from the 10th through the 17th, because Venus, first she opposes Mars, then she squares Pluto at the Scorpio full moon. And for you, this has to do with your money. It has to do with your goals. And if you're wasting your time with relationships and situations that aren't serving you, it's going to financially cost. Because you're taking energy away from what you should be focusing on, which is earning you income. So you're going to be looking at that at the Scorpio full moon, especially because Taurus and Scorpio both rule money. Taurus rules your own resources. Scorpio rules other people's resources. So you're going to be looking at, what you're giving and what you're getting back. And this is good because you want to get back at least as much as you're giving, but I'd like to see you get back more. That's a return on investment. So in other words, if you're investing in this project, you want to see that the project, brings back a handsome return for you. And in relationships too, you want to receive from your relationships. And if you're not, by the 15th, you may end some things, which is good because Uranus and Venus are going to conjunct right after the full moon on May 15th. And Uranus and Venus together end unhealthy relationships. And I love that because why hang around and drag it out, right? Uranus, either you'll end it or the other person will end it or the universe will end it. But know it's appropriate. Know that it's done. Uranus conjunct Venus ends unhealthy situations, ends unhealthy relationship. And what does that do? It creates the space for a healthy relationship. It creates the space for what you want. And you're here to have a great life. You're here to get what you want. And Uranus wants to help you do that. And Venus wants to help you do that. So it's really good. So let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of what's not working. End it with people that are taking from you or using you. You are not here to be used by anyone. And we have to teach people how to treat us. And so you're going to do that in May, and it's going to be awesome. Yay! Yay, Pisces! Go, Pisces! If they're not on Team Pisces, show them the door. And you'll be happy that you did it. Now, Mars goes direct on May 19th, and this is good. Now, this can increase money coming to you or money coming to your husband or your wife or whoever you partner with. It's also a great time to eliminate debt or restructure debt. It's a good time to do that. And then the sun jumps into Gemini on May 20th. And for you, you're going to now start focusing on your foundation. Gemini is 4 signs from you. Gemini rules your personal power, your soul power, how you nurture yourself, where you live, your inner being, your outer home. And so this is a good time for you to look at where you live and, making your home more beautiful. Or for some of you, you may want to move. Good time to do that too. Now, I love the Gemini new moon. It's in harmonious energy flow with Mars. And Mars is in the area of finance for you. So some of you could get a really good loan to buy a house or make a purchase like that. It could be very good for you. The challenge comes in is Neptune is squaring the moon and the sun, and it's exact. Unlike Saturn, which is retrograde at the Scorpio full moon, and there's a 4-degree orb in there, the sun and the moon are at 7 degrees Gemini at the Gemini new moon on May 28th, and Neptune is squaring them. Exactly, and Neptune's direct. Neptune is very powerful, especially now. And Neptune is at 7 degrees, and the sun and the moon are at 7 degrees. Now, for you Pisces that are at 7 degrees, 5 degrees, 9 degrees, you're really feeling the Neptune. And that's why it's really important that you are setting boundaries with those that would take advantage. Because Neptune has a tendency to bring in dishonest people. It can bring in people that aren't true, that aren't real, that are fake. And Neptune rules the movie industry, it rules fantasy, it rules the music industry. It's for creativity. It is for your spirituality. It's disastrous when we project it onto other people. Oh, he has so much potential. She has so much potential. Kill potential. Go with what is. Go with who they are. Don't go with what they say or promise you. Go with how they behave. Now, for you, it has more to do with family relationships than romantic or professional. So it is about setting boundaries with people in your family that are walking over your boundaries or trying to take advantage of you. Remember, it's never the talk, it's always the walk. It's never what people promise or say. It's always what they do and how they behave. If their behavior is following through, then you can believe in them. But if they're saying, I'll be here at 5, and they don't show, believe the behavior. That will keep you safe. You're not here to be disappointed. You're here to be incredibly creative and happy and successful. But you can't do that if you're distracted by other people who aren't pulling their weight with you, who aren't delivering what they promise to you. And that's where you want to step up and say, no, if you're not going to show up and do the job that I hired you to do, I'll get someone who will. It's as simple as that. You're not here to struggle. You're not here to be confused. If people don't follow through with you, that's who they are. Don't hang out with them. Don't work with them. Don't live with them. But if they do follow through with you, then you've got someone who's reliable. And so use May to get in alignment with your values. I love the Gemini new moon for setting your intention, for using it to restructure finance, to get a good loan, to get a good office, to get a good building, to move. It's wonderful for that. Venus is in here empowering you too. Now, Venus jumps into Taurus at the Gemini new moon on May 28th as well. So you end the month with Venus moving into the area of speaking, writing, teaching. So this will really help you too to articulate your message or being clear with others. Hey, this is what I need from you. Hey, this is what we agreed to. Get things in writing too. It's hard for people to deny something when it's right there. Oh, excuse me, Joe, you promised on Thursday at 3 o'clock you would paint the house. Excuse me, it's right there. Here's the contract. You see, they can't, I can, it's right there. You signed it, right? This is what we agreed to. Also, lining up with your values. Taurus rules what you love and value. And when you use the True Values program in the list, you can determine what your values are, especially your number one value. When you align with your number one value, you are on path, in touch, and in control with your life. You are determining success based on your core values, what you love and value, and not on what the corporations are telling you should be, society, the family, but really from your authentic self, your soul self. When you live from your authentic soul self, you are living the empowered life. You will be clear no matter what people are doing, no matter what bullshit they're doing. It won't distract you because you are living from your values. You're living from your number one value. And you'll be always focused on your goals. You'll be focused on what you need to get done, and you will get your work done. You will achieve your goals. So this is an important month for you. It's a very creative month for you. It's a dynamic month for you. It's a time for you to really look at what you think and believe and see how that's serving you. It's a time for you to evaluate all of your relationships, especially the family ones, and see who's on Team Pisces. It's a good time for you to shore up your finances, shore up the cash coming in and the cash going out. It's a good time to get a good loan. It's a good time for you to eliminate debt. And it's a good time for you to shore up your foundation. By the end of the month, you're going to really be focused on that in June too. It's a good time for you to strengthen your foundation. The stronger your foundation, the more successful you can be in the world. You are incredibly creative. You are magical. You are not here to be distracted by other people's baloney. You are here to live your best life. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, and sharing my podcast, Pisces. You're so awesome. Thank you for Google Plusing the podcast. I appreciate you doing that. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock! And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your personal transits, it's very easy. You go to my astrology service page. You purchase your session. Upon checkout, you get the link right to my schedule. You get scheduled. Then we're off and running, rocking and rolling. So until next time, Pisces, keep looking up!